Professor, thank you for your presentation. Can you tell us why you coined the term self-searching migrant to describe a current wave of Japanese migrants?
Self-searching is a direct translation of a Japanese phrase, jibun sagashi, which has been popular, cliched since early 1990s. The jibun sagashi or self-searching is something that the young Japanese, in their 20s, 30s, or even in their 40s, are doing right now because of the economic recession since from the early 1990s, and also in the past 2 decades, Japanese society, including government, are emphasizing the self, the importance of self, that whatever happens, it's your responsibility. That kind of neoliberalist discourses are prevalent in Japanese society. And so pushed by all these domestic factors, some young Japanese people cross the national border and to come to Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, mostly English-speaking countries, to look for what I really am and what I really want to do. So I coined the word self-searching out of Japanese background, and to make it to suggest it as an academic term, which is slightly different from the existing academic term of lifestyle migrants.
So the rise of the self-searching migrant, has that paralleled the rise of self-searching literature or literature that's about finding oneself?
Interestingly, since after 1991, we have lots of books with self-searching or jibun sagashi in titles published in Japan. And before 1991, you hardly find it. So the year 1991 is the critical moment, as I see, because that's the year when the Japanese bubble economy or extreme prosperity of economy finished.
The rise of this literature in Japan, was that Japanese authors, or was it Western authors, or was it a combination of both?
I think it's both. Yeah. But not more than half of them are just originally from Japanese writers. Yeah.
So you've been doing this research for a number of years now. Some migrants have returned to Japan and some are still out there self-searching. Have they been successful in their self-searching journey?
I think at the 50% or slightly more than 50% of those self-searching migrants who came to English-speaking countries as students or working holiday makers go back to Japan. But for 30 or 40% stay in the host countries, just extending their visas or applying for work visa or applying for permanent residency, just to prolong their stay in search for what they really want to do or what they really are.
So in this self-searching journey, do they tend to find one country and sort of stick to it, or do they move from country to country, like from Australia to New Zealand and then Canada?
Well, if women, they have more chances to get married to local men. For some reason, Japanese women are popular and they are liked by local men. But my major focus is on those women or men who do not especially wish to marry local people, but want to find the fulfilling work. But some of them just get married to local people. But at the same time, they keep searching for the work or for what they really are.
And can you tell us what the attitude back home is, back in Japan is, towards the self-searching migrants?
As far as I see in Canada and Australia, my participants do not want to stay in one place, but they want to travel around or live in many countries. If they are under 30 years old, they still have chances to apply for working holiday program for another countries. If they are over 30, they still try to look for an international or globally mobile job. Yeah, so it's surprising that not very many people have attachment to specific country.
And sorry, one more question. And what's the attitude back home to the self-searching migrants? I mean, are they envied? Are they or are they seen as being as running away? What's the attitude?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking to my interviewees. How their friends or parents respond to your life here, and they say that many of their friends envy them, but still they do not envy too much of those self-searching migrants. And also, most of the parents say that do whatever you want to do. So, but at the same time, those self-searching migrants are afraid to go back to Japan, because once you go back to Japan, people will ask you what you are doing, what were you doing overseas, and many of them do not have a definite career or certificate or qualifications that they can be proud of, they can bring back to home. That's one of the reasons they want to prolong stay here.